Hey you guys, it's Peter, and welcome to my channel, Peterisms, where I tell stories of my life and just little things that I have learned as I have grown into the person that I am today. And today is a meditation day, but I'm going to read from a different meditation book, and I'm really excited. It is a beautiful day outside. It is blue skies. I mean, there literally is not a cloud in the sky that I can see. It is like a little bit breezy outside, but it's just beautiful, and it's probably like 70-something degrees outside. I don't know, I've had just such a great day, taking the dogs out, walking around in the backyard, kind of, just taking my time about things today and being very relaxed and peaceful. And I went to go grab one of my favorite meditation books that I don't often read on this channel, and that is Living Juicy, Daily Morsels for Your Creative Soul by Sark. I've talked about Sark on here often, but it's been a long time, and I have read several of her books. I love her work. She does so much self-help stuff. One of my favorite books of hers is called How to Make Your Creative Dreams Come True. Both that book and I believe this book are listed on my Amazon shop, which is listed below. If you guys want to check them out more, you can probably find them on any website, on Amazon, or, I don't know, thrift books or bookstores, wherever you want to go. Barnes & Noble, I'm sure, has it too. Half price books, all those places. I find some of my favorite meditation books just strolling through like half price books. And I've also found some really great books at like thrift stores, like Goodwill. I found some great meditation books that people have just taken there. So anyway, I want to read from this today, and the reason why is because Sark in her meditation book, so if you haven't seen this before, some of them are very deep and emotional, but others are kind of just simple, and her thoughts about the world are very simple, but like the more you think about it, they become kind of complex. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I like that she has like a simple observation of life's details, if that makes sense. And it reminds me to just be observant of the world around me, to be still, to be focused, and that I don't have to complicate the world. And so this is a great meditation book for me, for when I'm trying to be still, be peaceful, be serene, which that has been my mood all day today. So I think that's why I gravitated towards this book today. But anyway, I wanted to show you the beginning of it. She's super colorful. I don't know if it's showing up on video, but she has like pictures drawn. Her entire book has all these pictures, all different colors. I mean, it's almost kind of like somebody's personal journal. If you don't know who Sark is, she is the one that came up with the poster that you see in a lot of elementary school classrooms that say 101 ways to be an artist. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that. So I'll see if I can find it, and then I'll put it up here. If it's there, it's because I found it. If it's not, it's because I couldn't find it. So, but anyway, I can remember that, like seeing that at like conferences and things for years and years and years. So anyway, that's kind of how she got her start in all of this. Anyway, I'm going to go in here and I'm going to read these today. And the reason that I'm reading these is because there's like 5 or 6 of them in a row that I'm going to read to you. The reason that I'm reading them is because she does kind of like a train of like writing where like one day she'll introduce a topic, and then it'll be like 4 or 5 days in a row where she like talks about that topic. And I love it because sometimes it'll be things like napping, okay? And it'll be like, it'll just be like an overview of napping, and then the next day will be like nap in the middle of the day, and then the next one will be like just take a nap in the middle of the grass, or then the next one will be like, nap while you're on vacation. And then it's like 5 different things about like napping, like nap with a friend or something like that. And then at the end of it, it'll say permission to nap. And she always has these things in there, permission to, which I love, because I think often when we're working on things, with ourselves in life, it's like we sometimes struggle with giving ourselves permission to do certain things that seem simple or seem time consuming, like whether that's like, taking a bath or, cooking ourselves a meal. People often ask me, they'll say, Peter, you're such a believer in like taking care of yourself, but I have 3 kids, I have a husband, or, I work all day long and I work 15 hours. What am I supposed to do when I come home? Or I'm in school and I work, or whatever. We can take care of ourselves in very short ways, very brief ways. Maybe a half an hour nap. Maybe a 20-minute bath, Maybe just by doing a face mask at night. Maybe by getting a kind of our favorite ice cream one time a week, Maybe just watching a half an hour TV show 3 times a week. There are so many ways that we can take care of our soul. Maybe it is just doing a 5-minute meditation in the morning. Maybe it's taking a book that we've wanted to read for a long time and allowing ourselves a year to read it. It doesn't have to be, 2-3 hours a day. It doesn't have to be an entire spa day that costs $500. We can take care of our souls in very, very simple ways. And she introduces a lot of ways to take care of your soul. And one of them is by watching. And so I want to go back. This starts on the 15th. But I'm going to go back and I'm going to read these to you in a row, because it starts with watching and then it's very specific. So, April 15th, watching. Watching encourages a meditative state. Cloud watching is a sure thing for our watching muscles. Lie back and watch. Bring no equipment or mindset. Watch until you see past the clouds. And then underneath here it says, how I watch can shift my soul. Watch a tree. Watch for leaf acrobatics, trunk variations, ant freeways, fallen fruit, barking, root causes, color outbursts, growing pleasures, intertwined branches, climbing possibilities, and hidden tree houses. And then at the bottom it says, watching is a close and continuous attention. And up here there's a cloud, because she always draws little pictures, and it says underneath here, watching clouds and trees together is an advanced course. I love that. Watching grass grow. Find a park. Sit on a bench and watch the grass grow. Grass is like the hair of the earth. It says glow, but I think she meant grow. Grass is like the hair of the earth. Often while watching grass grow, other things may happen. Watch those too. Dogs may dance on the grass. The wind might comb through the blades. Babies might try to eat some. Lovers might roll around on some. And grass just keeps growing. Boo Radley. That's the job of grass, to sprout and grow. Our pleasure is in watching it. Then underneath here it says, what I watch is not as important as how I watch. Some people are always cutting grass instead of watching it. I just love her so much. I love her small details to things. This is one of my favorites, watching how you walk. April 18th. As you walk, really watch yourself. How do your feet meet the ground? What is your breathing like? Where is your posture? After you have thoroughly watched how you walk, which could take a long time, begin to notice where you walk. Watch the landscape change, the scents that surround you, the objects in your path. Watch yourself walking and practice leaving your body vehicle and watching from above. Walking can be a moving meditation. I love that so much. It reminds me of back in the day, my mom and I just walking, and we would talk, and we were both big talkers, but there would be moments where we would just walk in silence for a while. So I think it's really appropriate that I'm talking about walking meditations and Tucker is walking all around, and you can probably hear his feet on the floor. Watching snails, ants, and spiders, April 19th. Creatures that are small and cannot speak English or other human languages have much to teach us. Patience and relentless movement are too. If we can still ourselves long enough to watch these creatures, we will witness miracles. Some miracles I have seen. How fast slugs can travel on a wood floor. And that they travel faster because they have no shell home to drag around. That if you touch a daddy long-legged spider while it's spinning, it will begin spinning around and around very fast like a spider astronaut in training. That snails can never be homeless. Every living thing has something to share. Watch and learn. It's so interesting reading that specific meditation. And if you watch my vlog, I have this bird on our front porch, and she has made a nest on top of our carriage light. And so we haven't turned our carriage light on in over 2 weeks now. And well, since we got back from vacation, so I guess that's a week and a half. And because we came back and there was the nest. And I call her Mrs. Birdie, and I'm very attached to Mrs. Birdie, which was my husband's concern. And so a friend of mine today was I was like, she hasn't had her babies yet. She was like, can you see if there's eggs in there? And I was like, well, she never leaves, right? But I'm very, very consumed with Mrs. Birdie. And it's funny because I'll take the dogs out front, and I'll walk very slowly, and I'll let them go ahead of me, and I look up at her, and I'm like, Mrs. Birdie, we're just coming through, and she's very gentle, and she's very slow, but, she'll fly to the tree across the street, and then she'll, just sit there and, watch me if I'm, out with the dogs and stuff. And then as soon as we go back inside, like about 5 minutes later, I'll come and I'll look through the window in the door, and there she'll be sitting again. And, you know, it's interesting to me, like, when we observe other, like, animals, like, the whole idea that animals don't have souls is just such crap to me. You know, I'm such, obviously, with my dogs and stuff, I'm such a... Tucker hit the camera. But the whole idea of the fact that animals don't have souls is just crap to me. Like, you can obviously see I love my dogs, and I do believe that animals have souls. I very, very strongly believe that. So it's interesting to see their little lives, you know, and see, like, what they do, and, like, how much purpose there is behind all of that, and that what they do is just as important to them as what we do is important to us, you know. And so I like that meditation of, like, watching smaller creatures than us, you know. April 20th, watching your thoughts. And it says to the side, sometimes thoughts will escape our... I can't read what it says. Our thought, something. Listen to your thoughts. There are so many sounds. I can barely sit and watch my thoughts. I start to itch and fidget and want to leap up screaming to escape the incessant chatter of my thoughts. This is the point. This is also my resistance to doing it. My therapist just gently says, watch your thoughts. And I immediately want to escape. But we can never escape ourselves. Our thoughts will follow us. As I sit and watch my thoughts, I can see their impermanence. And then underneath here, or up here, she's got a little person, and it says, like, their thoughts, and it says, call mom, car repair, return bag, something, meditate more, termites, say no and tell the truth about it, lust, good food, cookies, TV show, get teeth cleaned, lost a button, make gingerbread cookies. That's kind of my mind is like all over the place if you didn't already know that. And then the last one says permission to watch. Write yourself a permission slip. And then the book resources that she has are Holy the Fern by Annie Dillard and The Moon by Whale Light by Diane Ackerman. And then underneath here it says watch the movements of your soul. And I love that so much, to watch the movements of your soul. I think those are such great meditations, you know? And recently, in talking to a friend of mine, we were talking about, I think I talked about this on my vlog maybe, I'm not sure. But we were talking about one of the things I really struggle with is thinking too far into the future, you know? Like, I don't know what this was, but I think too far into the future, you know? Like, I'm always like, I try to stay present in today. This is something I've always fought, you know? But like my mother would like say like, you know, don't borrow tomorrow or don't borrow trouble or whatever. Well, my friend said that like her sponsor always says to her, where are your feet? Meaning like, if you're getting really focused on like watching the future, so to speak, right? Instead of like watching today, watching how you walk, like watching the moments go by, things like that. If you're focused on watching the future and like constantly being consumed with the next thing, the next trip, the next this, the next taxes you have to pay, the next job you're gonna start, the next this, you know what I mean? Then you're not really enjoying today. You're not really enjoying the present, right? Which I think it's fine to plan for the future in the present, but to not be consumed with it, which I have done in pieces of the past. At times in the past, I have become consumed with being focused on the future. So when she said this to me, like immediately she was like, you know, like my sponsor always says, like, where are your feet? And I like looked down and I was like, oh, I get it, you know, like my feet are firmly planted underneath me, and it's a great reminder of like, where am I today? I'm right here, I'm right in this moment, I'm not going anywhere, I'm not 5 years in the future, I'm not 2 months in the future, I'm not 6 years in the past, I'm right here today. There's no reason for me to borrow all the troubles from the past and all the glory from the past. There's no point for me to become overly concerned about what's gonna happen a year down the road that I can't control right now anyway. Where am I today? Where are my feet? My feet are right here. I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.